मैम एक बार ही दोबारा शेयर कर दूं?
Yes, yes. Just wait. I'll share once in the last also when 5 minutes will be remaining. So just remind me if I forget. Okay. A very good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are good. So in the last lecture when we had that, so after that I had shared one assignment with you to solve it in your notebook. I hope all of you have tried it. Not done. Have you tried? Kritika, mute yourself. Nobody will do unmuting, please. Otherwise, I'll keep all mute. I have the option that you will not be able to unmute. I don't keep it because I like you to speak, but not unnecessarily whenever I ask anything. Yes, Soumya, you're raising hand. You can unmute.
Ma'am, I had completed the assignment.
Very good. Chalo, then I will ask the questions one by one. So we'll see who will answer. That's good. Okay, first we will start with you only, Soumya. Read the first question if you have the assignment with you. So first question was?
Ma'am, yes. Why qubit considered a non-standard qubit unit of measurement?
Yes. And what answer have you written?
A qubit as the length from the elbow to the fingertip was used in ancient time. It is considered as a non-standard unit of measurement because everyone's qubit is different.
Yes. So every person varies from one to another. So that's why qubit cannot be considered as a standard unit of measurement because it varies from person to person. And if the measurement will vary from person to person, it will not give the exact measurement of the object that we are measuring. Okay, so this you needed to write over here that qubit is a length of arm from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger, and it varies from person to person. So that's why we cannot consider it as a standard unit of measurement because it varies from person to person and we will not get the exact measurement of the object that we are measuring. Fine. Next question was, it was a numerical. Sonal has 15. Okay, who will Astik, have you done this? Second question. Astik,
Yes.
okay, yes. Read out the question
Ma'am,
first.
yes, I have.
Read the question.
Sonal has 15 centimeter of white cloth and 55 centimeter of pink cloth.
Yes.
How many meters of cloth in total does she have?
Yes. So what answer have you taken out?
Ma'am, 0.7 meter.
0.7 meters? How? Can you
Ma'am,
tell me
because
step?
ma'am the length.
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
the length given us in is centimeter, and we have to find it in meter.
So, no, wait. In the question, both are in centimeters. In the question, I have given both the numbers in centimeter only. So simple addition will take place. It is not anything in meters. Is it so?
Ma'am,
It is there in the question. Is it 15 centimeters?
And you have written the answer.
What?
ma'am, you have said
Meters.
to answer in meters.
And we have to find answer in meters.
Okay, yes, fine. So how many meters of cloth in total does she has? So can you convert this now? So first what we will write? Length of. So you have to solve this step by step. Okay, so you will write first how much length of white cloth we have. So length of the white cloth is how much? It is given is 15 centimeters. Okay. So first we will convert it into meters. So you know that 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters?
100 centimeters.
100 centimeters.
So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So then
100 centimeters.
15 centimeters will be 15 centimeters will be
1500 meters.
100 meters.
15 divided by 100 meters. Into नहीं करना है. Into तो तब it is 15 meters. Okay, we have 15 centimeters. So that's why we will inverse it. We will divide it 15 by 100. So how much it will come out? Tell me.
0.15 meters.
Yes, it will come out to be 0.15 meters. Clear? Now same way, length of the pink cloth is how much? How much is the length of pink cloth?
Ma'am, 55 centimeters.
55 centimeters. So this also we will convert it into, so we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So if we want to convert 55 centimeter into meter, so we have to divide it by 100. 55 by 100. How much it will come out to be? All of you answer.
0.55 meters.
Centimeters.
0.55 meters.
Okay, now we have taken out both the terms in meters, both the lengths of the pink and the white cloth in meters. Now what we have to do? Now we just have to what? Now what is to be done?
Then we will add them.
Yes, you add it now. Yes, so you can add it. How much it will come out? 5, 5, 10, 5, 6, 7.
Then
Come out to be 0.7 meters. So our answer will be 0.7 meters. Okay, so this is how you have to do these kind of sums. Okay, when we do it in maths, we call them sums, but when we do it in science में हम इनको sums नहीं बोलते हैं, we call them numericals. Okay, in science they are known as numericals. So this is how you have to do. So you have to take care. I will send the answer key. Don't worry. Today I will send. Okay, you will get the answer key of this assignment. So this is how you have to solve these kind of questions. You have to take care of the units in which they are given. So like centimeters में दिए हुए हैं दोनों, but in question they have asked that how many meters of cloth. So you have to first convert them. You should know the conversions and convert them and then solve these kind of problems. Clear? Okay, then next question. Who will answer? Third question was very simple one. Harikesh, can you? Be fast. We have to cover the syllabus also because only this week we have. Okay, to complete the syllabus. Already we are on the last chapter. Motion mein last topic is left, that is types of motion. And one more thing I want to tell you, that from tomorrow onwards you will get the practice assignments. Like we used to have earlier CTs hote the jaise before PT1 exam. So we will not have CTs. We will give you practice assignments in the form of the paper that you will get in PT1 question paper. Like same format will be there. Okay, so PT1 question paper is, you know that your exams are starting from 15th May, not 15th, I think from next week. Okay?
21st.
Ma'am, 22 my.
Yes, so from second next week. So you know that it will carry 25 marks. Now the pattern, the same pattern in which your PT1 question paper will come, in the same pattern you will get your practice assignments. ठीक है. From tomorrow onwards, teachers will share the practice assignment subject wise. You will come to know tomorrow which subject assignment you will get, and that assignment will be shared with you at 12:15 p.m. Okay, after your classes at 12:15 the assignment will be shared, and it will be in the same format as you will get your PT1 question paper. Okay, it can be Google form also, Google form plus PDF, like objective questions, 1 mark questions will be in the Google form, and the descriptive questions which you have to write down, that will be in the form of PDF. Okay, but the difference is this, that you do not need to send the answers to your subject teachers. ठीक है, practice assignment is only for your practice. You have to solve it, and Google form you can view the score, that then only when you will be submitting the Google form, so you can view your score in practice assignment, not in PT1 question paper. So practice assignment is will be of the same format as will your PT1 question paper will be there, and it is just for your practice. But you will not send the answer key of the PDF to the subject teachers. Okay, it is only for your practice, but when PT1 exams will start, then you will send the answer keys. So I hope for practice assignment the format is clear to you, how you have to do it. It is just for your practice. You will just get an idea that how your PT1 question paper is going to be. Clear? Okay. Yes, who was answering? Harikesh, third question.
What is the SI unit of length?
Yes, very simple. Answer.
SI unit of length is meter.
Yes, very good. So SI unit of length is meters. Next question. Who will answer? Akshara? Yes. Unmute.
Meter. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. Fourth
Meter
question.
is, what was the SI unit of length? Meter is SI unit of length.
Bache, we have already done this question. Next question. I'm asking you to read fourth question. Define measurement. Answer this one.
Okay, ma'am. When we measure something with a scale or an inch tape is called measurement.
No, 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 no. I told you very clearly that time. It is not like that. When we measure something with the scale, you have to define it properly, that it is the comparison measurement. I told you to underline in your book also. The definition is given in your book. Measurement is the comparison. Anyone? Yes?
Ma'am, measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity.
Very good. Yes. So yes, it is given in your book also on page number 98. Last lines. Measurement means the comparison of an unknown activity with some known quantity. Known quantity आपकी हो गई the scale, which is also called as ruler. Okay, known quantity, you know that scale has units on it, and we know that 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, and the object that we are measuring, that is of unknown quantity. So measure comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity is known as measurement. Okay, next question. Who will answer now? Anybody else? Okay, Gunpreet, yes. Gunpreet, fifth question.
Ma'am, express 15 kilometer in meter. Ma'am, 15,000 meters.
Okay, tell me the step. How should I do it? For example, if it comes in exam, so how would I solve it? I have to solve this solution.
Ma'am, 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meter.
1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Okay, then?
Ma'am, 15 kilometer is equal to 15 multiply 1,000 meters.
Yes, so 15 into 1,000 meters, it will come out to be 15,000.
15,000.
Clear? Very simple. 15 kilometer in meters. You know 1 kilometer has 1,000 meters. So if 15 kilometer has 15 into 1,000 meters. Okay, so it will come out to be 15,000 meters. Very good. Okay, next question. Dakshita. Yes, sixth question. Read out.
Okay, ma'am. What precautions you need to take while measuring the length of the object using a ruler or scale?
Yes. So ruler and scale is the one thing. Okay, I wrote in bracket scale so that you should not get confused. Ruler and scale means the same thing. Yes, tell the precautions.
Okay.
3 precautions we have studied.
Correct position of the eye is also important for taking measurement. Your eye must be exactly in front of the point where the measurement is to be taken, as shown in figure 10.9. Position B is correct position of the eye. Ma'am,
Okay,
can I tell more point?
no. Okay, 3 points you have told. So see, you have to be very brief. Don't explain it so much what you have to write. So just play. First one is place the object along the length of the. Sorry, place the scale, not the object. Place the scale along the length of the object. And then second one, what is the second precaution?
Ma'am, the second precaution is place the scale in contact with the object along its length.
That is done. Second one is if the scale has broken ends. Okay, this is how you have to write. If the scale has broken ends, then start your reading from any other point other than 0. Then start your reading other than 0 mark. Okay. And the third point is correct position of your eye. Position your eye vertically on the reading of the scale. On the reading of the scale that is to be measured. So these are the 3 precautions. Okay, next one, last question.
Ma'am, may I?
Last question. Anyone?
May I? Ma'am, may I?
So I have already, yes, Manpreet, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
define or rest.
Define the
An object
state
is
of,
said to be
yes. Okay, continue.
An object is said to be at rest when it doesn't change its position with time. Motion, if an object changes its position with respect to time, it is said to be motion.
Yes. So you will say that the object is in motion if it changes its position with respect to time. Okay. For example, if anything is moving, for example, my this marker. So if now at this time it is at this position, if it changes the position after some time with respect to time, that is, it is in motion. But if it is just lying, so if there is no change in the position with respect to time, that means the object is at rest. Clear all the questions? Any doubt in any of the question? Okay, so with this we have done with the assignment. Now the last topic of your PT1 syllabus, or you can say of this chapter, is types of motion. Okay, now come to page number 102. All of you come on page number 102. That day I told you one activity to do. So many objects are given, so you have to categorize them, that which are in motion and which are at rest. So I told you which can move on their own. You will categorize them in motion, but which cannot move on their own, you will categorize them at rest. Okay, so we had done mosquito, moving, table, rest, people sitting on desk, rest, people moving about, motion, butterfly, motion, dog, motion, cow, they can move on their own. Okay, because they have not specified ki sitting dog hai ya moving dog hai. So that's why we are classifying them, so because they can move on their own. Okay, your hand can move. Okay, then small baby can move, fish in water can move, house cannot move, so house is at rest, factory is at rest, stone is at rest, horse is in motion, ball cannot move on its own, so is it at rest, bat is at rest, moving train is motion, sewing machine. Who can tell me about sewing machine? Sewing machine is in motion or rest?
Rest.
Yes.
Motion.
Because see, you know, machine
Motion.
is not moving, na? Sewing machine is just
Motion.
kept at one place. It is not moving on its own. Machine is not moving from one place to another. Only what is moving in the machine. If you have observed ever tailor stitching the clothes or your mother doing any stitching thing, so see what is moving. One is the wheel that is moving in the sewing machine, and other is the needle which is stitching. So the parts of the machine are moving, but the machine itself is not moving from one place to another. So you cannot say that sewing machine is in motion. Wall clock, there's a difference. Wall clock and the hands of clock.
Rest.
Yes, wall clock, you know, wall clock is just put up on the wall. It does not move from one place to another, but the hands of clock are moving, they're ticking. Okay, so they are moving. Now see, activity 6. Spread a large sheet of white paper. This is very silly activity. We cannot do because from where to bring the ants and all, because ants, they come on their own. Okay. So they have said that spread a large sheet of white paper on the ground. Ek aap table pe ek white paper bichha lo and keep a little sugar on it. Okay. Ants are likely to be attracted to the sugar. Ab us pe ants aayengi. Ab aayengi, nahi aayengi, that doesn't know na. How much we have to wait for that. So they're likely to be attracted to the sugar, and you will find many ants crawling on the sheet of paper soon. So you have to first see that which is the ant prone area in your house where ants are all, or most frequently you are seeing them over there moving. Okay. So you will find many ants crawling on the sheet of paper soon. For any one ant, now you have to observe any one ant. Try and make a small mark with a pencil near its position when it has just crawled onto the sheet of paper. Okay, for example, this is a sheet of paper. Okay, you put some sugar on it. Okay, you put some sugar on it, and then after some time, what will happen? So ants will come. So after some time, ants will come on it. So what you have to do is you just mark the position. Ab kitni sari ants aayenge, but you have to observe only one ant. For example, we are observing this ant only. So after first it will be here. After some time it will move here. After some time it will go there. So wherever it is moving, you have to just mark some points over there. Ki jahan jahan pe ant wo ja rahi hai. Only one ant you have to observe. Only one ant, and then keep on marking those points. Okay, where it is going. Then what? Keep marking its position after a few seconds as it moves along the sheet of paper. After some time, shake the paper free of the sugar. So you have to shake the paper, leave the sugar and the ants. Connect the different points you have marked with arrows to show the direction in which the ant was moving. So then the points which we have marked, so then you have to simply join them, and then so what you will get? When you will join the points, each point you have marked shows where the ant moved to in intervals of a few seconds. Now motion seems to be some kind of a change in the position of an object with time. Okay, so we have marked these points after some time. This is just to explain you the concept of motion. Motion means any object is in motion when it changes its position with respect to time. So जैसे जैसे time pass होगा ऐसे ही the object will also keep on changing its position. So here we got the definition of motion, means any object is in motion when it changes its position with respect to time. Now in activity 5, where did you place objects like a clock, a sewing machine or an electric fan in your grouping of objects? Now are these objects moving from one place to another? I told you That wall clock is just put up on the wall. Sewing machine is also just kept at one place. So are these objects moving from one place to another? No, these objects are not moving, but some parts of these objects are moving. Do you notice movement in any of their parts? The blades of the fan or the hands of the clock. Now you observe the fan running over you. Okay, so if the fan is not moving from one place to another, but it is showing some type of motion, have you observed that? That you know that you cannot say that fan is at rest. Fan is not at rest, but it is not changing its position from one place to another. It is showing another type of motion. So then that's why we have to study types of motions, because it is not that every object is not undergoing same type of motion. We have different types of motions that the object displays. For example, the moving fan. Now the fan moves how? So does fan moves from one place to another, from one room to another room?
No.
No. So then what is moving in the fan?
Wings.
Yes, the blades of the fan, we can say that. Okay. So the blades of the fans are moving, but the fan itself is not moving. So under which type of motion you will categorize this? So what these blades are moving in which motion? But at the
Circular.
in the center point is fixed. Only the blades are moving in circular motion. So you will say the fan shows circular motion. So like this, we will study some examples now, and when we will study these examples, we will come to know that there are different types of motion. The object does not undergo only one type of motion. Now see, under the heading types of motion, you may have observed the motion of a vehicle on a straight road. Have you observed the cars moving on the straight road? So if you have a straight road, the cars are moving on it. I don't know how to make a car. Like this only it is. Okay. So these cars are moving on the road. Is it nice? Tutti putti choti si car. Okay. So see how these cars are moving on the road. So cars always move straight on the road. They are not moving like this. Na? ऐसे से थोड़ी कोई इधर जा रही है, कोई इधर जा रही है, कोई इधर जा रही है. So they move under one motion only. So they are just following the straight road. So then you will say that where it is. Yes. So when any object move in a straight line, that motion is called rectilinear motion. The first type of motion is rectilinear motion. Clear? The first motion. So you may have observed the motion of a vehicle on a straight road, march past, vehicle moving on a straight road, march past of soldiers in a parade. Have you observed the soldiers march past, or the falling of a stone, or simply if this marker falls from this position, so it will come straight. So any object that is moving in a straight line or straight path, that means it is showing rectilinear motion. Sprinters in a 100-meter race also move along a straight track. Can you think of more such examples from your surroundings? So in all these, now underline this line on page 103, second column, top lines. In all these examples, we see that the object move along a straight line. So when the objects move along a straight line, this type of motion is called rectilinear motion. Underline. So this is the first type of motion we are understanding. So understood what is rectilinear motion? Manat will tell. Yes, Manat, what is rectilinear motion? Manat, unmute.
We see the objects move along a straight line. This type of motion is rectilinear motion.
Yes. So when the objects move along a straight line, it is called rectilinear motion. First type. Now another one. Now they say that take a stone. Now I don't have a stone, but I can tie something else. Okay. So I have tied this one, a pen cap with a thread. Take a stone, tie a thread to edge and whirl it with your hand. Whirl means like this. So like this you have to move. So I will just hold it tight from one point and I will just whirl it like this. Now can you tell me which type of motion is this?
Circular motion.
Very good.
Motion.
Yes. It is
Circular motion.
it's the same motion.
Circular motion.
Fan shows.
Circular motion.
Yes, very good.
Circular motion.
So fan is also like this only, na? Fan is fixed at the center point and these blades move like this. Okay. So from any point, from any blade, if any point you mark, so it will have the same distance at all the blades also. So this kind of motion is called circular motion. So they have written, take a stone, tie a thread to it and whirl it with your hand. Observe the motion of the stone. We see that the stone moves along a circular path. Now in this motion, the distance of the stone from your hand remains the same. Now if I see my hand is here and the stone, for example, this is stone. So the distance from the stone to the hand is same at all the points when it is moving because it is fixed at the center. So from any point, the distance from the stone to the hand is the same. So that's why it is called circular motion. Underline this line. This type of motion is called circular motion. When the objects move along a circular path. So the second category is circular motion. Number 2, circular motion. Okay, it is one is fixed point at the center and if the stone is here, so it will move like this. Okay, so this is called circular motion. Now let us see another category also. Clear? So what is circular motion? Himanish will tell. Yes, Himanish, what is circular motion? I'm sharing Google form once again. If anybody is left to fill that, please fill it. Fine? Okay, Shriyan, you tell what is circular motion?
Object that moves around a fixed point is called circular motion.
Okay, simply you just say when the object moves along a circular path. When any object moves along a circular path, that is known as circular motion. Okay, examples can you give? The motion of a point marked on the blade of an electric fan or the hands of clock also. So clock is also like this only, na? It is circular and the hands of the clock, they are also moving in a circular motion. Yeah. Then next is the electric fan. Yes, who?
के साथ मैम एक और पिक्चर दी हुई जिसपे मैम हवा की डायरेक्शन की मैम यूज आती है मैम वो मैम फैन के साथ एक और पिक्चर है.
What are you saying?
100 feet.
Your voice is not clear.
फैन के साथ
Your voice is not clear. Speak again.
मैम 103 पेज पे मैम फैन के साथ मैम एक और पिक्चर है मैम वो भी सर्कुलर मोशन होगा.
Which one? Figure 10.3.
मैम फैन के साथ मैम एक और पिक्चर.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
That is the direction. That is showing the direction. So you can see that arrow which is on the top, it is fixed at the center. उसको center से fixed किया है and you can see one fade circle is drawn over here to show the arrows. So that this arrow shows the direction. Actually, it is a magnetic compass. Maybe this up here is magnet and this shows the direction. So kind of magnetic compass you can say. So magnetic compass also shows circular motion. It is fixed at one center point and then this arrow is moving in a circular motion. So that shows the direction of whether it is north, south, east or west. You can see one fate circle is drawn to show the circular motion. Okay. Okay. Then yes. Okay, so meeting is going to be over. So we are left with another periodic motion, then non-periodic motion, rotational motion, curvilinear motion. So this we will discuss tomorrow. Okay, I will share the answer key of the assignment. All of you must complete that assignment in your notebook. It is very important. Don't leave any of the question. And practice more and read the chapter also what we have covered on page 102 and 103. Yes, Bhanvi?
मैम एक्टिविटी 7 के नीचे एक पिक्चर बनी है मैम, वो पिक्चर कैसे